Hey kids, how are you today? Welcome back to Reading for Vocabulary. This is our last lesson about rocks, and in this lesson we're going to talk about a really big rock. What is it? It's called Mount Rushmore. So in this lesson we will focus on learning about Mount Rushmore. Well, of course we have to ask, what is Mount Rushmore, right? There's a little clue, by the way. Mount means mountain. 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 And as we can see, whoa, there it is. This is a mountain. It's one big rock. That's amazing. Look at how big it is. Here are a couple of people on motorcycles. Here's a road. And look at how big this rock is. Now, can you see something special about this mountain? Sure, there are some faces in the mountain. How did they get there? Well, we'll figure that out when we look at the reading. Here are some more pictures of Mount Rushmore. This is a coin that's used in America. It's a coin that shows famous people or places. Many coins in America will do that. They're special coins. This coin here shows Mount Rushmore. Look at the date, 1889. This coin is very old, but it celebrates the making of Mount Rushmore. And we can see the four faces here. We'll talk about those four faces in the reading. Next, we can see another type of example of this. This is a stamp in America. A stamp, of course, you lick it. Of course, in Korea, you put glue on it and you put it on your envelope, pyeonji, right? And then you can mail it. Well, this is a stamp. Like this, we can see that like these things, the coin and the stamp, famous people, famous places, famous events are used as pictures on coins and stamps. And again, we saw the coin, now we see the stamp of Mount Rushmore. And this is a special stamp that's made for a certain time. So Mount Rushmore is very important in American history. Finally, we can see this picture shows the park entrance. There's a park in front of Mount Rushmore where many millions of people go there every year to look at Mount Rushmore. When I was a little boy, I went to this park. I can still remember standing there. It was a nice sunny day. I think it was spring, so it wasn't too hot, not too cold, but it was a very beautiful day. And my family and I, we looked up at the Mount Rushmore and we looked at the shops in the park. Okay? So it's a very important place in America. Let's learn some words that we need to know when we look at the reading passage about Mount Rushmore. Who made it? What's it all about? Okay, well, let's start with the words, of course. Here we have having a high price. Look at this car. That car costs a lot of money. What can we say about the car? We can say that it is expensive. It is expensive. It takes a lot of money. You need a lot of money to buy this car or to pay for this car. Having a high price. Cars can be expensive. Buildings can be expensive. Construction projects. If you're building something, that can be expensive too. Expensive means it needs a lot of money. Number two. Whoa, 조심해요, be careful. TNT, of course, these things, what are these things? Of course, you can have one alone, or you can tie many together. In movies about the Old West, you know, cowboys and Indians, sometimes you see them being used in the movie, right? People will light them and throw them, and they go boom, right? A powerful bomb is called dynamite. 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 Three sounds. Dynamite. Put them all together. Dynamite. Dynamite. By the way, it's interesting. Dynamite means a bomb, but dynamite is also used by young kids to say something is cool or wonderful. Hey man, that's dynamite. Means that's great. 좋아요. 제일 좋아요. That's dynamite. because boom, it's really good, right? So sometimes people will say, that's dynamite. That's really good. But dynamite also means that it's a bomb, okay? The actual meaning. Number 3. Whoa, be careful, Santa Claus. Santa Claus is playing a fiddle, but look where he is. He's in a very, what kind of position? Able to cause harm? He's in a very dangerous position. It's very dangerous to be sitting on the edge of a building. Don't do that. That situation is very dangerous. So when you're talking about a situation that can cause harm, that can hurt somebody, that is a dangerous situation. Or we can say that it is dangerous. Okay, next one. Number 4, finish, right? To come to the end of something. All these people are running. They look like they're in a marathon. They were in a race. They ran for a long time. Finally, they come to the ending point, the end of something. Of course, the word we're looking for is the same as the word on the sign. Finish, right? Finish, finish. When you finish something, you come to the end of it. Whether it's running in a marathon or doing your homework, you finish your homework, or if you're in some long project, you finish. You come to a finish. 5, wow, that's really cool. This guy's at the beach. Did you ever build something like this, right? This is, of course, we call this a sand castle. A sand castle. Now, can you build this sand castle? That's very difficult. This man is really good at creating art. We can call him an artist. So he's an artist. Now, artists make many different things. This man is making a sand castle. It looks like art. It's very beautiful. But of course, artists also paint, right? They can also make music. We call these people who create things that we like and we enjoy, that are beautiful, we call them artists. Okay, next one, 6. Where are your eyes, your nose, and your mouth? Where are they? Of course, they're here. What do we call this part of our body? This part of our body here, we call it our face, okay? She's having fun. She's hiding one of her eyes, right? So, where your eyes, nose, and mouth are, that's a person's face. Remember when we looked at Mount Rushmore, we saw 4 faces. So, of course, we need to know what a face is. 7, wow, that's really cool looking, isn't it? This, of course, is a volcano. Volcano, right? A very high hill, Now, it's interesting because these are hills, right? These down here are hills. They're not very high. But if you look at this, that's not a hill. That's really, really high. We call it a mountain. That's a mountain. So the difference between a hill and a mountain, hill versus mountain. Hills are small, as you can see. They're not that tall. But a mountain, wow, look at that. That's really steep and really high. That's a mountain. Some people argue and they say, that's a mountain. Another person says, that's not a mountain, that's a hill, right? It depends also where people are from. If somebody's from a place that's very flat, they might think, wow, that's a mountain. But people who live in the mountains say, that's not a mountain, that's a mountain over there, okay? Very high. Okay, next one, 8. Now, these 2 people are doing something interesting. What happened? Looks like some earthquake maybe came through. An earthquake shook the earth, and what did it do? It made small openings in something. What do we call this here? This, of course, is called a crack. C-R, cr, cr. The C is hard. K, and R, Put them together. Cr, cr, crack. Okay? A-C-K, crack. Now, that's maybe difficult to pronounce. Crack, crack. So when you see a small opening, especially in stone or even metal, a little opening. Looks like it might break soon. You see cracks. If you see cracks, be careful, because that means that something might break, okay? Or something is not strong. It got weak somehow. So if you see a crack, be careful. It's not strong anymore. Number 9. Wow, this is pretty cool. Do you have one of these? This is it's like a puzzle board, right? There are many different what? The outline of something. Here we have an outline. What is that? And we have a different outline. These, of course, are different shapes, okay? This is a circle, a triangle, a square. Those are different shapes, okay? So the outline of something is its shape. Next one, number 10. Looks like Junior is wearing Daddy's clothing, right? He's got clothes that are too big for him. He looks kind of cute, but it looks kind of strange. His feet are so big, right, for his face. But of course, those are his dad's shoes. His feet are probably very small inside that big shoe. Big, another word for big is large, large. The boy's clothes are too large for him. Too large for him, too big for him. Okay, so large. Large is something that's very big, or huge. Huge is another word you could use. Huge has more emphasis, strength. It's huge, right? Really, really big. Not just big, but huge. Big and large and huge. Okay, next one. 11. Wow, that's a lot of money. My gosh, that's a lot of money, right? Here we have 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. What is that? What number do we call it? We call it million. Remember, in English, we put 0, 0, 0, then comma. 0, 0, 0, then comma. Okay? So 3 zeros, comma, 3 zeros, comma, and then 1. We go, all right, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, then 1 million. Okay? So 1 million, that's a really big number. 1 million. I don't think there is I think this picture is not real. I don't think there's a real $1 million bill. That's crazy. Can you imagine going to a store? Yeah, I'd like some milk, please. Here. $1 million. Do you have change? That's crazy. Okay, next one. 12. Far above the ground. Far above the ground is high. These balloons, that looks really cool, by the way, right? These balloons are high in the air, right? They're far above the ground. They're very high. Like that mountain we talked about before, right? The mountain is really high. The hills are lower than the mountain. So something that's far above the ground is high. 13, not hard. So in other words, it means that it's not difficult, right? If somebody took a test, they got an A+, that test was not hard. It was easy. It was very easy. That test was easy. I hope your tests are easy. Of course, if you want your tests to be easy, study hard. Then your tests will be easier. Okay? Number 14. Whoa! What kind of car is that? That's really long. By the way, just kunyang algo sipayo, we call that a limousine. You could call it a limo for short. It's a limo. It's a really long car. It looks like it's been stretched, right? It's been stretched. Stretch. It's great in distance or time. Great in distance or time. So you're talking about great, big, or long in distance or time. I just told you long. It's long. It's great in distance or time. To feel painful. Oh no, to feel painful. Poor guy, looks like he was playing soccer and boom, maybe somebody hit him on the knee. It feels painful, we say it hurts. So if you're playing sports and something hits you or you get a bruise, by the way, we could call this a bruise. Bruise. That's, like a purple or blue, maybe red because you hit something on your leg or your arm and you have a strange color, that's a bruise. A bruise hurts. Ow, apayo, right? Apayo, omani, apayo, right? You say it hurts. It hurts. Do not say it's sick. Andeo. Don't say it's sick. Hajima. Don't say that. Don't say my arm is sick. That's crazy. If you say my arm is sick, it's like, achoo, achoo. Oh, poor arm. Drink some orange juice, right? That's crazy. Your arm can't be sick. Your whole body is sick. Sick is like kamgi, right? Cough. Or you have a cold, right? You're sneezing. Achoo! Then you're sick. But if your arm is injured or your arm has a bruise, then you say, my arm hurts. Don't say my arm is sick. That's Konglish. My arm is sick is Konglish. Do not say that. Andeo. Say, my arm hurts. That's correct. Okay? My arm hurts. Yeah, sorry about that. Is sick is wrong, and it's hard for me to write that, right? Because it's wrong. But many students say that. It's Konglish. Don't say my arm is sick. Don't say that. Say my arm hurts. I hope not, but that's what you say. Okay. To feel painful, to hurt. And here we have hurt, hurt, hurt. Because hurt, here, hurts is a verb, right? It hurts. It hurt yesterday. It has hurt for a long time. So hurt, hurt, hurt. The verb doesn't change. We don't use ed. Don't say my arm hurted yesterday. No, my arm hurt yesterday. My arm hurts now. It hurt yesterday, and it has hurt for a long time. Okay, good. So that's hurt. Be careful with that word, as you can see. 16, to stop living. This is very sad, right? To stop living, the person, there's a body inside the box, right? It used to be a person. That person died. Okay, to die means to stop living. And that's very unfortunate. It looks like a soldier lost his or her life in a battle. So to die is to stop living. Okay, well that wraps up our words. Let's use the words to complete each sentence. So we're going to complete a sentence with a word from the box. We have many sentences. Parts of the sentence are missing. We need to complete the sentence with these words here. Let's go over these words. First we have expensive, expensive, expensive. Dynamite, dynamite. Next one, artist, artist. That's easy. Face, face. Dangerous, dangerous. Mountain, mountain. Finish, finish. And crack, crack. Okay, those are our words. Let's see how they fit into these sentences. Number one, I dropped my phone. I hope you don't drop your phone. Now it has a what? And that's too bad. Sometimes I see students, they're carrying their phone and the glass on the front has many what? Well, of course, many what? They have many cracks. Now it has a crack. Do you see that? Sometimes your friends or you're on the subway or the bus, you see somebody with their phone and it looks like their phone, they dropped their phone and there's a lot of cracks in the glass. That's too bad, right? Oh, that's terrible if that happens. You drop your phone, now it has a crack or it has many cracks. Usually it has many cracks, not just one. Number two, I climbed up a very big what? What would you climb up? Now, of course, when you say climb, this means climb, right? If you walk up, you hike up. So you could also say, I hiked. Probably you guys hike. I don't think too many of you will climb with ropes and expensive gear, right? So I climbed up a very big what? What do you climb up? What do you hike up? You hike up a mountain. I hiked up a very big mountain, or I climbed up a very big mountain. Okay? We climb up, we hike up mountains. I hike. I don't really climb. It's kind of dangerous. And you need special equipment to climb a mountain. 3, your eyes and your nose are on your what? On your elbow? No. On your knee? No. They're on your face. Of course we know that. That's easy. Your eyes and nose are on your face. Okay. Number 4. It took 14 years. It took 14 years? That means I needed 14 years. Start, finish, 14 years in between. It took 14 years to beep Mount Rushmore. It took 14 years to do what to Mount Rushmore? Well, if you start something and then you finish something, right? You can say it took a certain amount of time to finish Mount Rushmore. It took 14 years to finish Mount Rushmore. It took 14 years to finish my homework. What? That's crazy. What kind of homework did you have, right? Usually, hopefully, it took you 1 hour to finish your homework. It took me 5 minutes to finish washing the dishes, right? So it takes you a certain amount of time to finish, to complete doing something, okay? 5, don't run across the street. That's good advice. Don't run across the street. Why? Because there are cars, right? If you do that, you could get hurt. It's a situation that can cause harm. It is what? It's dangerous. Don't run across the street. Walk across the street and be careful. Look both ways and cross where you're supposed to cross. Don't run across the street in the middle, right? Okay, number 6. Beep makes a loud noise if you light it. What makes a loud noise if you use fire to light something? Of course, we're talking about dynamite. Dynamite makes a loud noise if you light it. It doesn't just make a loud noise, it also makes a really powerful explosion that's very dangerous, right? So it's not just a loud noise. Dynamite makes a loud explosion. 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 It makes a loud explosion. Boom! Lots of force. Very dangerous. Be careful. Of course, you shouldn't be around dynamite. You'll probably never experience dynamite in your life, unless you're a miner, okay? But dynamite makes a loud explosion if you light it. Okay, that wraps up the vocabulary section. Let's take a short break here. We'll come back and let's read about Mount Rushmore. Who built it? How long did it take? How did they build it? We'll wait after the break to find the answers to those questions.